Hello, beautiful learners. Hopefully, you are doing great, and I'm also good by the grace of Almighty. So, it's our day 28, as you can see on the screen. And in this lesson, we are going to practice IELTS listening practice test 28 with answers and proper explanation for answer being band 9. Okay, but before going to start our class, I just need to check out whether the sound is good enough or not, then I will start it. Okay,
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and the receptionist at a courier company. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 8.
okay, I hope you can hear me as well as the audio track. And now let's start and let's listen some instruction from the man as he was saying. Let's listen it.
Section 1. You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer and the receptionist at a courier company. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 8.
So he said we will solve question 1 to 8 first. So here's the another instruction for us: no more than 2 words and a number for each answer. So we are allowed to just write 2 words and a number, okay, if we need. Now let's listen it for a sample one. This is the answer for the sample one. Let's listen it. Okay, so here it says like definition destination country. Okay, destination country, let's highlight this one, and the answer is Canada. Okay, let's listen it.
You will see the conversation.
Is Sam speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, my name's Marco, and I'm calling to inquire about sending some goods to Canada.
The destination country is Canada, so you write Canada in the space provided. You should answer the questions as you listen.
Okay, I hope you got the answer, especially the simple one. Let's start with the real one. Okay, so we just need to listen name, maybe name, let's highlight this one, and Marco, maybe it's his first name, and we need to listen for the surname. Let's listen it.
Because you will.
May I help you?
Hi, my name's Marco, and I'm calling to inquire about sending some goods to Canada.
No problem. What's your
Just give me a few sec. Okay, I'm sorry to take this to take the extra moment. Let's listen it.
full name, please, Marco?
My middle name is Pronto, that's P-R-O-N-T-O. Miss Pront Goods to Canada.
No problem. What's your full name, please, Marco?
My middle name is Pronto, that's P-R-O-N-T-O.
Sorry, Marco. Just your surname will be fine. That's all we need for the form.
It's Cebrianatori, that's C-E-B-R-I-A-N-A-T-O-R-I.
Great. And your address, please?
I live on Grimsby Place.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. As he was saying, it's his surname is O-R-I. Okay, that's he was saying. Okay, let's listen it. Collection address. Okay, let's listen it. 25 blah blah. Let's listen it.
Place, okay?
But wait, you mean the address from where the goods will be collected?
Right.
In that case, I better give you my mum and dad's address. My stuff is there temporarily until I make the move. Same street, goods will be collected.
Grimsby Place, okay?
But wait,
Your address, please.
I live on Grimsby Place.
Grimsby Place, okay?
But wait, you mean the address from...
Okay, as he was saying, Grimsby Place. Okay, so the answer would be Grimsby Place. P-L-A-C-E Place. Okay. Now let's move on. First code. So let's highlight this one and let's listen it.
Where the goods will be collected?
Right.
In that case, I better give you my mum and dad's address. My stuff is there temporarily until I make the move. Same street, house number 25 in Grimsby, and the postcode is GB8 6BY.
Now, Marco, tell me what you'd like to have shipped.
I'm moving to Canada, so...
Okay. What? Okay, 6. Oh, I'm sorry. 6BY. 6BY. Okay. As we are saying, 6 GB8 6BY is our first code. Okay. Now let's listen it for question number 4. Size of container. Okay. Let's highlight this one and height, length, width. Okay. And let's listen it.
I have a fairly big container for my belongings, you understand.
Of course. What are the dimensions?
It's 2 meters high, 1.5 across, and 3 meters long.
My, that's huge.
Tell me about it. Moving day is going to be a nightmare. Big container.
You'd like to have shipped.
I'm moving to Canada, so I have a fairly big container for my belongings, you understand.
Of course. What are the dimensions?
It's 2 meters high, 1.5 across, and 3 meters long.
My, that's huge.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so he was saying it's 2 meter high, 1.5 cross, and 3 meters long. So 2 meter, 2 meters height and 3 meters long length. So length, he was saying 3 meters. 3 meters. Okay. And he was saying also 1.5 across. So across means width. So it would be 1.5 meter. Okay. Meter. Now let's listen for question number 7. Contains television, blah blah, sofa bed, and blah blah. Let's listen it for 7 and 8.
Moving day is going to be a nightmare.
And what will this container contain then?
Well, to start with, there's my television. I'm also taking a brand new sofa bed with me, as well as my fridge, freezer, and home computer.
Okay, so first he was saying these two, and then he was saying for 6, 7, and 8, and so he was saying freeze, freezer, and home computer. So in question number 7, we need to write just freeze, freezer, P-R-I-D-Z-E-R, freeze, freezer, and home computer will be in question number 8. Okay, computer. Now let's listen it for question number 9 and 10. Choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Okay. How is Marco going to pay the cost of shopping? How Marco pay cost of shopping? Using his parents' credit card, his sister's bank account will be debited directly by charging it to his sister credit card. Okay, let's listen it.
I see. That all sounds rather valuable. Do you know the total value of the goods in the container?
Yeah, I estimate about £5,000.
Before listening to the rest of the conversation, you have some time to now listen and answer questions 9 to 10.
Excellent. Now, shipping to Canada is not by any means cheap these days, so this is going to cost you £500?
That would nearly pay for a new TV and sofa.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? But as I said, shipping is an expensive business. How do you intend to pay then, Marco?
Credit card, okay?
Fine. I assume you are the card holder.
Actually, it's my sister's account. Mine is a little tight for me at the moment with the expense of the move, so it's either a case of ask sis or ask the parents. Which would you choose?
I see which.
Okay, he was saying actually it's my sister's account. Mine is a little tight for me at the moment with the expense of the move. So it's either a case of ask sis or ask the parents. Which would you choose? So the answer would be option C, because he was saying actually it's my sister account. Okay, so by charging it to his sisters. Okay, so maybe as he was saying, actually it's my sister's account. Money is a little tight for me to the moment with expense of the moving. So and he was saying so it's either a case of ask sis or ask parents. So that's what the answer to option C. Let's move on to the next one. What type of visa will Marco have when he enters Canada? Marco have type of visa when he entered Canada. 12 months work sponsored visa or a 60-day working holiday visa or a visa that expired after 1 year. Let's listen it.
What you mean? Okay, I'll take the details in a moment and confirm the collection date. But first, let me just ask you a few questions about your move to Canada. The Canadian government requires all shipping companies to carry out a thorough check before agreeing to ship goods into the country. And part of that check is a personal profile of our customers, you see. So, why are you moving to Canada?
My girlfriend's Canadian. I'm going to live with her.
And what will be your employment status over there?
Well, I'm travelling on a working holiday visa, but I hope to secure a work-sponsored visa shortly after arrival.
Let's see. A holiday visa?
No, a working holiday visa. That allows me to stay in the country for 12 months as opposed to 60 days with a holiday visa.
Okay, no.
Okay, don't be confused. As he was saying, a working holiday visa that allows me to stay in the country for 12 months as opposed to 60 day with a holiday visa. So don't choose this one and don't choose this one. Okay, choose just the correct one. As he was saying, he will be allowed to stay there 12 months. Okay, 12 months means 1 year. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, why I didn't choose this one? Because he's not going there for work sponsored visa, but he's going for like a whole 60-day holiday working visa, but he will be allowed to stay there for 1 year. Okay, that's why the answer would be option C. Okay, don't be confused. Now let's move on to the second part. It's all about our part one. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, here we can see here is another instruction for us. Okay, just read this one. Label the map below with the names of the different area of the zoo. Okay, here's the instruction for us. No more than 3 words for each answer. Okay, you need not write the word enclosure on your label. The name of the animal itself insufficient. Okay, so I just need to zoom out it so that I can see each answer. Oh no. Okay, now I can see. Let's listen to this one. Okay, let's see the map first. So here is the place 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, we just need to listen the audio carefully. Okay, let's listen it.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 18. Welcome everyone to London Zoo. We're going to start our little adventure at the petting zoo. That's the enclosure just up ahead before you come to the zebras and elephants.
Okay, he was just saying, welcome everyone to London Zoo. We are going to start our little adventure at the petting zoo. That's the enclosure just off ahead before you come to the zebra and elephant. So here is, I can see zebra and elephant here. Okay, so let's write it. Petting zoo. Petting. Petting. Oh no, a mistake. So I can see here zebra is here and elephant is. So okay, 15 would be the petting zoo. I'm sorry. 15 would be the petting zoo. Okay, petting zoo. Okay, let's listen.
After that, our next stop will be the African hunting dog enclosure, which is just up ahead at the fork in the path. Then...
Okay, he was saying after that our next stop will be the African hunting dog enclosure, which is just off ahead at the fork in the path. So just ahead, this one, this one and this one. Okay, but he is saying just up ahead at the fork in the path. So this one is the fork, okay, the path, and so this would be the answer. Okay, and 16, it would be American hunting dog, African hunting dog, sorry, African hunting dog, Q-U-N-T-I-N-G, hunting dog. Okay, let's listen it for the next one.
We'll follow the path left. On your left, you'll see the zoo's selection of monkeys, and on the right, the panda enclosure. Then we'll take the path...
Okay, he was saying, then we'll follow the path left on the, so left, on your left, you will see the zoo's skeleton of monkey, and you're saying also selection of on your left you will see the zoo's selection of monkeys, and on the right the panda. So here we can see this is the path. Here we can see so if we follow this path, we'll see that the path left, on your left you will see the zoo selection monkey, juice selection of monkey, and on the right the panda. So 17 would be the panda. Okay, what 17 would be the panda. I'm sorry, it would be 16, but I wrote it in 14. Okay, now let's listen it for the next one.
Off to the right, leading past the aviary and on up to the birds of prey enclosure. We'll come back around the gorilla.
Okay, he was saying, then we'll take the path up to the right, leading first the aviary and on up to the birds of prey. So 18 would be birds of prey. Birds of prey. Okay, now let's listen for the next one.
Then and head down the main path towards the entrance, taking a left off that up towards the zoo selection of big cats. On the right, we'll take a few moments to marvel at the immense size and strength of the polar bears. Then we'll follow the path around by the leopard enclosure to pay a visit to the king of the jungle himself, the lion. After the lion enclosure...
He was saying Uh, on the right, we'll take a few moments to marvel at the immense size and strength of the polar bears. So polar bears, we can see here, polar bears. And he was also saying, um, then you will fill the pot around by leopard and closer to pay a visit to the king of jungle himself, to lion. So this would be the lion. 11 would be the lion. Okay. Lion. Now let's listen it for the next one.
Enclosure, we'll walk past the other big cats and hunting animals towards the reptile enclosure. One of the highlights of a visit to London Zoo is seeing the emperor penguins. But before that, there's the seal pool to visit. We'll arrive there
Okay, so he was saying after the London and lion enclosure, we will walk first the other big cats and hunting animals towards the reptiles enclosure. One of the highlights of a visit to London Zoo is seeing the emperor penguins. But before that, so here we can see penguins. Okay, penguins. But before this, we can see it 12. So he was saying before that, uh, there is the seal pool. So 12 would be seal shell pool. P-O, sorry, P P-O-L pool. Okay. Now let's listen for the next one.
just in time for feeding at 3 o'clock. That leaves us with 5 more enclosures to visit. First, the Arctic fox enclosure, followed by the rhinos and dolphins, left and right respectively.
Like he was saying, but we will arrive there just in time for filling at 3 o'clock. That leaves us with 5 more enclosure to visit. First, the Arctic fox. So Arctic fox would be the answer for question number 13. Okay, so okay, I just need to write it. Or ARCTIR fox. Okay. Okay, let's listen it for the next one.
Followed by the rhinos and dolphins, left and right respectively, and then on to the hippo enclosure. Our last stop will be the giraffes, on the way back to the entrance.
Way back to the entrance, it's giraffe. So he was saying it's giraffe, and so he was saying left and right respectively, and then on the hippo enclosure. Okay, so this would be the hippo. Okay, in question foreign hippo, and he was saying our last stop will be the giraffe on the way back to the entrance. So here we can see it's he was talking about this one. Okay, about question mark foreign. Okay, okay. Let's move on to the next one. Let's zoom it. Okay, now let's read this one. Okay, choose the correct letter A, B, or C. What is not covered by the voucher? Okay, What is not covered? Not covered by the voucher. Let's listen. Train ride, meal, drink. Let's listen it.
Now listen and answer questions 19 to 20. Now, after our little tour, I'd like to take you all back to the information centre located at the entrance to the zoo. Here you can learn lots more about the animals you've seen during the day. As part of your tour package, I'm going to give everyone a voucher for the Zoo Cafe. That covers a light snack up to the value of £3 and tea or coffee or a soft drink for the kids. If you want to get a full meal, you will have to pay the difference. The voucher...
So for meal you have to pay. So this one is not covered vouchers. So we have to choose this one, okay? So B would be the answer. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following statements is accurate? Which statement is accurate? Let's highlight and okay, let's read them. Tour group members can receive 20% off purchases under 40 pounds. Season tickets are being offered at a discount of 20%. A 10% discount is offered on purchases below £40 in below. Let's listen it.
also includes a free ride on the zoo locomotive, a little train that goes all around the zoo. The little ones will love this, and I highly recommend it as a way to round off the day. Don't forget, you can purchase souvenirs in the zoo shop. As a member of this tour group, you will receive a 10% discount on all purchases under £40 in value and 20% off purchases of £40 or more.
So okay, let me explain to why I choose this one, because here he was saying first, as a member of this tour group, you will receive a 10% discount on all purchases under £40 in below and 20% off purchase of 40 or more. Okay, so here we can see like if we see look at option A, we can see tour group members can receive 20% off purchase under £40. So but in the in his listening, he was saying his conversation, he was saying um, £40 or more. So that means that above £40, okay, or equivalent to £40. So this would never be the answer, okay. That's why I choose the option C. He was saying that correctly, okay. That's all about our part 2. Let's jump in part 3. Here's another instruction for us. No more than 2 words for words and a number for each answer. Okay, let's highlight some code for this question. Okay, where is my cursor? Okay, I got it. There will be no blah blah, only voluntary ones. Let's listen it.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Come in, both of you. I believe you wanted to talk to me about something, is that right?
Yes. Basically, all the staff are concerned about what the restructuring of the company is going to mean for them. None more so than myself and Nam, as we are the newest members.
As I said to all staff at the meeting last week, there's no cause for concern. There will be no compulsory redundancies. All redundancies will be on a voluntary basis.
So compulsory redundancies would be the answer. Compulsory, 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 DUN. Redundancies. Okay, what did answer? Let me explain to you. As he was saying, there is no cause for concern. There will be no compulsory redundancies. All redundancies will be on a voluntary basis. Okay, so that's why the answer will be compulsory redundancies. Okay, let's move on to the next one and highlight some code for this question. The upcoming salary review will reward. Let's listen it.
Yes, we understand that, but to tell the truth, we just want a little reassurance that our jobs are safe.
Look, Anne and Penny, the company isn't going to be short-sighted and let its bright young minds go. Besides, we've already met our target for the number of voluntary redundancies we want to secure. In fact, there's a waiting list. You know as well as I do that the age profile of staff at this company needs to come down. A lot of our employees are close to retirement age and are just going through the motions until they can take their pensions. That's why we decided on this redundancy initiative. We want to encourage those that would be happy to leave to do so and employ younger, more motivated staff.
I guess that makes us feel a little better, but we're also worried about the upcoming salary review. What will it mean for us?
Given the fact that the company's motivation for this restructuring initiative is not to cut costs, again, you needn't be worried that there will be a negative effect on your salaries. We are running a very profitable business and we will reward our top performers in the upcoming review.
Top performance in the upcoming review. So top performance would be the answer. Okay. Top top performance would be the answer. Okay, let's listen for question number 23. During the recruitment drive, suitable candidates are available. They will be recruited internally in accordance with let's listen this one.
Both of you fall into that category, so you can expect a healthy bonus and salary increase. Simple as that.
That's good to know. Another thing on our minds was the fact that with all these voluntary redundancies happening in the next few months, there will be a lot of positions opening up higher in the company. What we were wondering is, will the recruitment drive be an internal or an external one?
Obviously, we will recruit internally where possible. That has always been company policy.
So, company policy would be the answer. Company policy, POLIC policy, company policy would be the answer, because he was saying obviously we will recruit internally where possible. It has always been company policy. Okay, so that's why the answer will be with company policy will be the answer. Let's listen for question number 24. Opportunities to get blah blah will be arising.
So, if you're asking me will there be opportunities to gain a promotion in the near future, then the answer is very definitely yes.
Okay, a promotion. Okay, what would be the answer? Promotion, because he was saying if you asking me, will there be opportunities to gain a promotion? So opportunity to get a promotion, okay, would be the answer. Now let's listen for question number 25. Successful candidates will have shown that they can manage blah blah efficiently. Okay, so let's successful candidates, they can manage efficiently. Let's hide. Okay, we are out of time. Let's submit it and let's start it again, and just give me few sec to re-click each answer one more time because we are out of time. Okay, okay, we just successful candidate, let's highlight this one, can manage efficiently blah blah efficiently. Okay, let's listen it.
Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Both of you fall into that category.
That's good to know. Another thing in the next few months, wondering is, will the recruitment drive be
Internally, if you're asking me, well, definitely yes. The type of candidate we would be looking for has a proven track record and is performance driven.
How can we improve our chances of getting promoted then when the opportunity arises?
Well, in the meantime, be prepared to take on additional responsibilities, especially those relating to the management of other members of staff. Obviously, the higher up you go in the company, the more involved you'll be in managing people. What the management team is looking for then is proof that you can work effectively with and manage other members of staff.
Before
Manage other member of staff. So manage other member will be the answer. Okay, manage other member, members would be the answer. Let's listen it for the next one, and here's another instruction for us: no more than 3 words and a number for each answer. So we are allowed to hear right here only 3 word and or number. Just keep it in your mind. Okay, so project pages weeks 1 to 3, weeks 1 to blah blah, weeks 1 to blah blah. Let's listen it for question number 26.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have... Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
One more thing.
Go on.
This project you've given us to manage, is it a test of our abilities?
I guess you could say it is a test of sorts, but look at it more as a chance for you to prove yourselves. Actually, now that I have you both here in private, can we talk about that a bit?
Of course.
Okay, Penny, let's start with you. Has the timescale been agreed yet?
Yes. You said we have a total of 8 weeks to bring the product to launch. So we've decided to allocate 3 weeks at the beginning to product research and prototype testing.
Very good.
Then after that, we are going to spend a further 3 weeks formulating our marketing strategy and doing some research.
Further 3 weeks. That means 4 to 3. So 4, 5, 6 for the 3. So would be 4 to 6. Okay, would be the answer. And here we can see making highlight blah blah testing on market sample. Okay,
Going to spend a further 3 weeks formulating our marketing strategy and doing some research and test.
so he was saying marketing strategy. Okay, marketing strategy would be the answer, or you can just write strategy. Here we can say, oh, it's a mistake, maybe it's a mistake, it should be marketing, so we should write strategy. Okay, strategy. Okay, now let's listen for question number 28. Okay,
Testing on a sample of the target market itself to get some feedback.
And presumably, the last 2 weeks will be devoted to the launch.
last 2 week means, so it would be last 2, so 7 to 8. Okay, as was saying, last 2 week, 7 to 8 the answer. Okay, now let's listen for question number 29 and 30. So here's another instruction asked. Okay, complete the table below, no more than 2 words for each answer. Okay, so here we can say budget, allocation, product development and testing. Here we can see it's a question number 29 something blah blah, we need to write it. Okay, and here is the question number 30. 10,000 okay, 10,000 pounds on blah blah. Okay, let's listen it.
Launch.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk estimated costs.
Well, you've given us a total budget of £100,000. Of that, we're allocating 50% to product development and testing, a further 25% to marketing, and 25%
Marketing. Okay, further 25% marketing would be the answer. Okay, market, oh no, marketing. Okay, and we are going to listen for question number 30. 10,000 on blah blah. Let's listen it.
£5,000 will be spent on the launch.
10,000 you're saying okay, 10,000. Okay, launch, but let's listen it more.
5% to marketing, and £25,000 will be spent on the launch.
Penny, give me a breakdown of the launch costs, would you?
Sure. £10,000 will be spent on hiring and decorating the venue. £10,000 will be spent on promotional work.
So 10,000 pound would you're saying 10,000 will be spent on promotional work. So promotional work would be the answer for question number 30. So let's write it down. Okay, promotional work. Okay, that's all about part 3. Let's jump into part 3, and here's another instruction for us. Answer the following questions. Okay, no more than 3 words under number for each answer. Okay, so a bird's the 3 basic needs are the need for water, blah blah, the need for water, and the blah blah, and the need for food. Let's listen the missing one at the second position. Let's listen
And
it.
the remaining money will be used to pay for...
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
The best way to attract birds to your garden is by satisfying their basic needs, which are the need for water, the need for food, and the need for safety.
So he was saying first need for water, need for food, and third he was saying need for safety. So need for safety would be the answer as it's missing there on the screen. Let's write it down. So we can write just need for need for safety. I say safety. Let's write. Let's listen it for question number 32. Cement blows maximum dips. Let's highlight this one.
Birds drink water and bathe in it, and many also use it to make mud to build their nests. A simple bird bath, which can be nothing more complicated than a shallow dish, will therefore attract birds. Don't use tin pans, as these get hot under the heat of the sun. In fact, a cement bowl is probably going to be the most effective bath to use. But make sure that it is no more than 6.5 centimeters deep.
6.5 centimeter deep. So 6.5 centimeter centimeters. Okay, with the answer. Now let's listen it for question number 33. Birds are prevented from accessing their natural food supply during winter when an ice or forest burst from ice or crust forms blah blah. Let's listen it.
Deep. The best time of all to attract birds to your garden, and indeed the time when they need your help most, is during the winter season. During summer, birds can find most of their food on their own and are largely self-sufficient. In winter, however, they benefit greatly from the help of their human friends. Often, when it is cold, an ice or frost crust may form over the ground, covering.
So over the ground would be the answer. PER. Over the ground would be the answer. If you start feeding bird from late autumn onwards, they will become accustomed to locating food in a blah blah in your garden. Let's listen it.
The bird's natural food supply. It is when this happens that they really need your help with feeding. It is probably best, though, to start feeding from late autumn onwards. That way the birds will become used to finding food in a certain spot. So later.
So certain spot would be the answer, okay? So TAIN certain spot. EOT spot. If you don't want to attract the unwanted attention of rodents, then your feeder should only be accessible from blah blah. Let's listen it.
After the onset of the winter, they will become a permanent feature in your garden. Put food out at night so that the birds will find it the next morning. And whatever you do, make sure that you make your feeder accessible from a raised landing area only.
From a raised landing area only. So the answer will be raised. Raised landing area. Now let's listen for question number 36. Okay. What is advantageous advantageous bird food because not only is it nurturing, but it also does not blah blah during very cold spells. Does not. Let's listen it.
Otherwise, you will find yourself attracting some unwanted pests, such as rodents like mice, and worse still, rats. Continue feeding until early spring, when food becomes plentiful again. If you cannot serve them insects, then try to give the birds suet, a form of beef fat. You can buy this cheaply at pretty much any meat market, so it won't cost you an arm and a leg. As well as being nourishing, suet also has the advantage of not freezing during cold weather.
Not freezing. So does not freeze would be the answer. Freeze. P-R-E-E-T, freeze. Okay, now let's listen for question number 37. If boiled eggs and potatoes are used as blah blah, this should be finely chopped.
Many birds will also enjoy crumbs, nuts, and seeds. You can even serve them boiled potatoes and hard-boiled eggs, provided these are finely chopped. Other foods you probably have lying around in your store cupboard may also be used. Try feeding them raisins, figs, dried fruit generally, biscuits, boiled rice, and so on as well. If you want to build a birdhouse or nesting box, I would encourage you to proceed by all means. These offer fine protection, especially for the smaller and more vulnerable species. You can buy ready-made nesting boxes and shelves for a very reasonable price these days. Alternatively, if you fancy doing a little DIY, they are not very difficult to build either. Most birds prefer houses made of rough slabs of wood covered with bark, which to the birds feels quite authentic and natural. If at all possible, try to match your birdhouse to the surroundings.
Okay, so the answer would be birds feeds. Or bird B-I-R-D F-E-D feed. Okay, as she was saying, which most birds prefer house made of rough slabs of wood covered with brick, which to the birds feeds quite authentic and natural. Okay, now let's listen for question 38. Birds house should be painted a dull colors so that they blend in with their. Let's listen.
If at all possible, try to match your birdhouse to the surroundings as well. So, if you paint your birdhouse, be sure to use a dull grey, green or brown colour.
Okay, so she was saying, if all at possible, try to match your bird's house to the surroundings. So surrounding for you and D-I-N-G as surroundings as well. So if you paint your bird house, be sure to use a dull gray, green or brown color. Okay, so that's the answer would be surroundings. Okay, let's listen for question number 39. Birds of the same blah blah do not like to nest in close proximity to another one. Let's listen it.
simplest type of birdhouse to construct yourself consists of a hollow branch nailed to a tree. When you are erecting your birdhouses, be sure to place them a good distance apart from one another. Few bird species enjoy nesting in close proximity to competitors of their own kind. Cleanliness is vitally important too.
Okay, so she was saying few bird species enjoy nesting in close proximity to competitors of their own kind. So species would be the answer. Same. Okay, S-P-E-C species. Okay, now let's listen for the question number 40 and the last one. Birds' houses are usually occupied from early. From early blah blah each year. Let's listen it.
Your bird nest should be cleaned out yearly to make room for new nesting material to be brought in by their seasonal tenants. Early autumn is the best time to prepare your birdhouse, as the new season's chicks will have hatched and flown the coop, so to speak. Once cleaned, your birdhouses will be ready to welcome their spring visitors once they return to your neighbourhood early the next year.
So spring would be the answer. Spring. Spring would be the answer because she was saying once cleaned your bird's house will be ready to welcome their spring visitor once they return to your neighborhood early next year. So spring will be the answer. So that's all about today's lesson, and let's submit it together and let's check out how much we scored. Okay, we got 8.5 out of 9, and we got a mistake with 3 answers. That's why we got 8.5. So let's check them where we got mistake. Okay, here we got mistake 1.5 meter. Wow, so it's not a mistake. I write the same meter. It's not a mistake. Okay, let's move on to the next. Petting you. Oh, it's a typing mistake. It should be E. Okay, that's why it's okay. We need to be more careful. Now, let's see another one. Where is another mistake? Okay, here's another mistake. Promotional work, but we wrote promo. Okay, I didn't type here. Here is missing of an O. We need to add an O here, so that's why this one is mistake. Okay, I think we need to be more careful when we are writing whatever is a simple word or it's a difficult word. Okay, so it's really simple word, but I don't know how I miswrote it. Okay, so that's all over today's lesson, and see you in the next class with another lesson. So till then, bye.